Great morning, great morning, great morning. How we are doing this beautiful morning, this beautiful Friday morning. It's Friday and it's a beautiful day. It's a great day. It's been a beautiful week. So this week, this today, I want to just kind of talk to you today about not quitting, not quitting, not stopping, not giving up, knowing that everything that you going through, that you done been through, that you gonna go through, you can best believe that it's all a part of the plan that God has carved out for your life. The Bible say every day of your life was fashioned when yet there was none, right? So if every day of your life was fashioned when yet there was none, then that means he knew everything from the end to the beginning. And all we got to do is really start understanding that God has a purpose and a plan for our life, and we just got to tap into it. And once we learn to start tapping into the plans and the powers that God has for our life, and we start lining up with it, then you'll start realizing that life will start getting a little easier, man. Great morning. How y'all feeling this morning on this beautiful Friday morning? It's a beautiful morning for me, man. I get to go and chaperone. I get to go and chaperone today some seventh grade students. They going on a field trip to the San Jacinto Monumental. San Jacinto Monument. Yeah, that's where we going. The San Jacinto Monument. And so today we going down there. So it's gonna be a beautiful day, man. But I just wanted to come in here this morning real quick and just talk about not quitting, man. Because I see so many times that people kind of hit roadblocks in life, things start kind of getting hard in life, and they quit and they stop and they give up. Not realizing if you'd have just kept going, just a little bit longer, then everythting that you was trying to get to will be right there. Good morning, Aunt Bonnie Ray. How you doing? How you doing this morning? A lot of stuff that we want, that we desire in our lives, hopes, dreams, aspirations, whatever those things may be. I can guarantee you, once you make up your mind not to quit, you have to. It's almost like, you know how people, like, you tell people, hey, you got to do this and do it like this, and people like, well, I'm a realist. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Elton? They say, well, I'm a realist. I just like to think real and logical. And I say, I get it. Hey, what's up, Cornette? What's up, baby? You good? So some people like to think logical, right? They think logical. Well, I'm a logical thinker. And that is not really how it works, right? That's not how it works. So they have what's called your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, right? Your subconscious mind doesn't know right from wrong, true or false. It only believes what your conscious mind tells it, right? And so the more you tell your subconscious mind something with enough feeling and enough emotion, then things will start happening in your life by what you think about, right? And so the more you think about something, and listen, this could be anything, right? A lot of people don't realize that. Just think about somebody who has a sickness, right? They got a sickness, but they don't really know what the sickness is. They just know they got something going on with them. So then when they go to the doctor say, yeah, you got cancer, you got XYZ, you got this. They start thinking about it so much that they actually make themselves so sick from stressing, because that's all they thinking about. And the more you think about it, the more that is going to happen in your life. And so a lot of times you have to do what's called reverse psychology on your own mind. And so it's not you being a realist and, oh, I'm gonna keep it real and just say what it is. That's what it is, that's just what it is. No, you got to say what you want, and you got to truly believe it, and you got to say it with such a passion. And listen, here's the thing. This is what I tell people. What if you got everything that you said out of your mouth or you thought in your mind, what if you got them instantly? That's a question. I want y'all to answer that question. If you are on this live with me, I want you to answer that question. If you got everything that came out your mouth and everything that you thought in your mind, soon as you think something, it happened. Soon as you say something, it happened. What if that was to happen in your life? How would you change your thought pattern? How would you change the words that come out of your mouth? They'll be different, huh? You'll be saying stuff because, like, if you knew that all I got to do is say something out of my mouth and it's going to happen right now, I'm a millionaire. Boom, $1 million show up. You know what I'm saying? I own this mansion. Boom, big old mansion show up. So just think about that, right? And so if that was to really happen in real life, in real time, how much would people conversation change? How much would they thought pattern change? It'll change a whole lot drastically, right? And so being that it would, you got to think about it like this. That is exactly how your subconscious mind works. You got to be able to say, hey, even though I know it don't look like this right now, it don't sound like this right now, but I'm going to speak it to what I want it to be. And you got to understand that your subconscious mind is going to start putting those things into place, in the motion. And the more you think it and the more you believe it, the more things are going to start coming into your way. Like, so I'm going to just give y'all my analogy, right? Every morning I wake up, when I look at myself in the mirror, I always tell myself, I'm going to be one of the top motivational speakers in the world one day. I'm going to be one. And so I done declared this over my life. I truly believe it with every fiber in my body. I say it. I tell people that. And then I tell them, like, that's how Closing the Dream got started. I left with the clothes on my back and the dream in my heart that I was going to be one of the top motivational speakers in the world one day. And I say this. And so what happens is God started putting me in position, right? Oh, I get to go talk over here. I get to go talk over there. I get to start my own radio show. You see where I'm going with this? And the more I get to do this, I get on live, I get on Facebook, I get on YouTube, I get on Instagram, I get on TikTok. And so as I'm doing all this, I'm putting in the work, right? Because faith without works is dead. I can't say I'm going to be one of the top motivational speakers in the world one day, and I ain't doing no motivational speaking. I'm not talking to nobody. So I'm declaring that I'm going to be it one day, but I'm not it one day to the world. To the world, I may not be, but to me, I'm the top motivational speaker in the world. You know why? Because I'm talking about my world, right? And a lot of people get that misconstrued when I say I'm going to be the top motivational speaker in the world. I'm not. People look at it as the literal world. I'm talking about my world because this is the only world that I control. This is the only world that I'm in competition with. I'm not in competition with nobody else's world. You got your own world that you're supposed to be in competition with. And when you start realizing that it's really you against you every day, it's you against you. It ain't you against nobody else. And when you learn to be content and say, okay, I'm battling me. Every single day that I wake up, it's me against me. I'm the #1 motivational speaker in my world, right? And then what I believe about me in my world is going to permeate to the rest of the world because guess what? Whatever you see and you believe, you can achieve. And once you get it, see, here's the thing, right? You going to notice it before everybody else notices, right? And a lot of people, that's just like these people that you see that are top artists and top rappers and all this, right? And you thinking, oh man, where they come from? I didn't even know about them, man. They just blowed up. You thinking they done blowed up just overnight. Now realize, man, this man done put in 14 years behind the scene. Didn't nobody know who he was. Didn't nobody understand. You know what I'm saying? So people be putting in the work behind the scenes. And then whenever they do hit the mainstream, everybody thinking they just came out. Now realize they didn't put the blood, the sweat, and the tears. They've been grinding. They've been getting it on. And that's the same thing with us, man. Same way with us in life, man. We got to understand anything that we truly, truly want in our life, we can have it. We can have it. Because you have to understand that, for one, first and foremost, God is no respecter of a person. So if you see anybody in this world, on this earth, that is doing anything that you desire, that you want to do, you can do it. You can do it. You just got to make up your mind and say, okay, I need to figure out the steps and the plans that I need to take to get to that place, right? And then you got to put it, that's the biggest part. You got to put in the work. And when you put in the work, the results going to show. They got to. It's no other way. If you don't put in the work, the results not going to show. But if you put in the work, the results are going to show. I can guarantee you. And so here's the thing. A lot of times we want to, like I say, we want to go from A straight to Z. Now realizing you got to go B, C, D, E, F, G, H. You got to go through the steps. You got to go through the steps because it's through the steps and it's through the journey that is going to make you exactly who God needs you to be. So when you get to Z, you're going to be equipped, you're going to be ready to go, and you're going to understand all the different things that you're doing in the arena that you're doing it in because you be them prepared for it. You feel me? But the main thing is learning not to quit. Learning not to quit, man, because guess what? It's going to get hard. It's going to get hard because, see, a lot of times God want to just make sure that you know that you're ready because he already know what you're going to do. He know if you're going to go halfway and quit. He know if you're going to go a quarter of the way and quit. And he know if you're going to go all the way. He know if you're going to go all the way. And guess what? Here's the thing, right? I'm finna teach you something powerful about your mind too. Because like I say, and listen, I got a whole 12-week program that I got built up on your subconscious mind with slides and everything. I'm talking about it'll blow your mind. I'm gonna have to one morning, like a week, I'm gonna do it, man. And so listen, this is what you have to understand about your mind, right? Your mind is so powerful that it doesn't know right from wrong, true or false. It only believes what your conscious mind tells it, right? So if you can tell your subconscious mind something enough with enough feeling and emotion, and you make it believe that you're not going to quit, right? Your subconscious mind is going to start giving you every single solution to every problem that may stand in front of you and your goals. Because once it decide and make up in it, and it know that, hey, this dude ain't quitting, so we might as well go and help him out and figure out, because listen, man, your subconscious mind is so powerful. You have to truly tap into it. And once you tap in, you're going to realize that, you know what, ain't no need to quit, because at the end of the day, what I'm going through, the journey that I'm going through, the steps that I'm having to take, the different things that I'm having to learn, the setbacks, the heartaches, the upsets, the rough days, the hard nights, all of that plays a pivotal part in your success, right? Because at the end of the day, when you get to a certain point in life, you have to be able to understand that one, everybody not going to be able to go with you. And so that's going to have to be one thing that you're going to have to understand. Everybody can't go, right? And sometimes we don't realize that be the main thing holding us back sometimes. We be trying to take people. It's almost like you trying to hide something in your suitcase when you get ready to go to the airport and they tell you, hey, you can't go with that in your bag. And you're like, well, it's in my bag. I'm keeping it. Like, okay, you can keep it in your bag all you want, but I know you're not getting on that plane with it. So if you want to keep it in your bag, cool. I don't care about you keeping it in that bag. Just don't try to take it on that plane. And a lot of us is right there. We got stuff in our bag that we trying to take that they telling us we can't take, but we don't want to part with it to get to the rest of our journey because we so committed to this, not realizing, hey, listen, sometimes you got to let things go. Sometimes you got to let people go. Sometimes you got to let situations go. Yeah. And when you do, you got to be okay with it, because at the end of the day, like I say, you and God going to always be the majority. It could be you and the whole world and y'all still going to be in the minority. You feel me? And so when we start really truly understanding that God has given us, He's given us everything we need to live a life, and a life abundantly on this earth. Get what He gave us. He gave every man and every woman a gift and a talent. I know y'all gonna get tired of me saying this, but until y'all tap into it, and then whenever you do tap into it, when you do finally tap into it, you're gonna say, "Ooh, tell me some more. Tell me again. How you do that? What you say?" Yeah, I'm telling you, because see, I'm tapped in. I'm tapped in, baby, and I'm telling you, man, it's so amazing because it's like when you truly tap into your gift and your talent and you know what God has called you to do and you walking in it, it's like a different aroma you walking in, man. It's like you know, hey, I know I'm doing what God called me to do, so I know He gonna continually provide all my needs according to His riches and glory. I know that wherever I go, He always with me because He ain't no never leave me nor forsake me. And all of this is true. And I'm telling you, man, when you make up your mind not to quit, that I'm going to get it and I'm coming back with it, even if, hey, listen, you got to have one of those, it has to happen or it has to happen attitude. And when you got that attitude, quitting not even on the table no more. Because a lot of people don't realize, man, you be this close. You be this close, man, from everything that you ever desired, that you thought you wanted to do. You be done put in work. You be done struggle. You be done slaved it. You be done, I'm talking about compromise. You be done all kind of stuff. And it seems like the closer you get to it, the harder it's going to get. The closer you get, the harder it's going to get. And what you got to do is, you got to realize that. You got to understand that. And it seems like the harder it get, the harder you got to go. Because, see, anything that you going through, you can get to. But if you go and stop, you going to go and get stuck. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Anything you going through, you can get to. But anything you go and stop, you're going to get stuck. That's just like walking in the middle of something and you know that. That's just, okay, perfect analogy, right? That's just like driving your car through a flood. What do they always tell you? Once you get in it, don't stop. Just keep going. Because if once you stop and that water go in the back of your pipes, you out of there. And that's just like with life, through the storms of life. You got to keep going no matter what it looked like, no matter what it sounded like, no matter what it told you. That's why before you get in these storms, you got to confirm with God. You got to make sure this is what God is calling you to do, because guess what? When He's with you and He's calling you to do a certain thing, He's going to get you through it, man. He's going to get you through it, and you got to know that. But a lot of times, self-included, hey, I'm a high I, right? I don't know if a lot of people may not know it, but I'm going to just tell you. So they have something called the DISC assessment. It's a personality test, right? It's a DISC. So the D is like the pilot. Just think about it. So we're going to call it the flight assessment, right? And think about an airplane pilot. What does he do? He like the supervisor. He the captain. He control everything, right? Then you got the I. The I is the flight attendant. This is the person that she's the people person. He's the people person. Get along with anybody, life of the party. That's the I. Then you got the S. The S is the grounds crew. Those are the people that's always willing to help. It don't matter. Just, you got a project. If there's anything I can do to help you, let me know. I'm going to help you, right? Then you got the C. The C is the air traffic control, right? They are the ones that sit up in the, air traffic control. Those the introvert. Man, listen, just tell me what I need to do. Leave me alone and let me get to it, right? So you have these different personality types. And so once you start understanding your personality type, how you operate, how you move, what triggers you, what sets you off, when you start learning all of these things and understanding these things about yourself, and then you start teaming yourself up with people with different personality types, that's just like, you can never get a room full of high eyes like me. We'll never get nothing done. We're going to sit there and talk and chat and play games and talk about the old days. But then you need somebody that's like a D that's going to come in there and say, hey, listen, I understand this and that's what plan, but listen, this is what we need to do. We need to do this, that, and the other. And then you got the guy like the C. He's the guy that say, okay, I'm going to put the plan together. And he's the numbers person. Okay, you do this and you do that, right? And then you got the S, and they just like, hey, just tell me what I need to do so I can help. And when you get all these different people around you, and for one mission, then it's easier to go and do everything that God has called you to do. And that's all attached to your gift and your talent. Once you tap into your gift and your talent, then I can guarantee you, you are in the 2%. You are in, listen, just think about it, right? We see people on TV like LeBron James, Samuel L. Jackson, Tiger Woods. Man, just think about anybody that you think about and you look up and you say they're a star. They have great talent. They do this. Do you realize, right, that is just a gift that God gave them, and they tapped into that gift. They cultivated it. They mastered it. And now they're sharing their gift with the world. And because their gift is so extraordinary at what they do, they get paid good money for it. Right? LeBron James, he has a gift. He has an athletic talent. Just think about it. Most athletes, they can play any sport because that's a talent. They are athletically talented. They can play almost any sports. It comes natural to them. And then you got some people that just can't even, they can't even run 3 feet without tripping over themselves, if they like depending on it. And they have no athletic talent, but they may be they might be talented in something else. They might be able to take a whole computer apart, from every little piece, and put it all together like it ain't never been took apart before, because they have a talent in that. You got a talent in something. What is it? And when you start understanding that and you start tapping into it, listen, everything that you ever wanted, everything that you ever desired, everything that you thought you could ever do is in your reach. But a lot of time, us as people, we don't even realize we got a talent. So until we realize we got something, we don't even go looking for it, to try to cultivate it, to try to master it, to try to give it to the world. We don't even know we got it to do it. We don't even know. And so then it takes people like me to come and say, hey, listen, man, you got what it takes. You got to believe you got what it takes. You got to get up this morning and you got to know, hey, man, listen, at the end of the day, I am the captain of my ship, right? I'm the captain of my ship. And you got to start understanding life as, hey, if I don't do this for me, I can't expect nobody else to do it, because everybody else is doing things that they need to do for their own world. Y'all got me? So listen, man, I gotta cut it off a little short this morning, man. I get to go and chaperone with some 7th graders to the San Jacinto Monument this morning. San Jacinto Monument. I get to go chaperone with them, man. So, hey, that's a part of my gift. My gift is speaking, encouraging, and being around and motivating young people. I know that's my gift. God gave me a gift in that. I can walk up to the hardest case of kids who they just say, man, I don't know, whatever. And I'm able to walk up to them and get the kid whole life story and leave people flabbergasted looking at me, because what I've learned and I understand and I know, they don't care how much you know until you show how much you care. Square business, man. They don't care how much you know until you show how much you care. And so once you start tapping into that and understanding that, hey, listen, because, man, listen, I be hearing some of them teachers going off on them kids, and I just be like, that will never, ever, ever get no respect from any of these kids. Your day finna be hard. Your week finna be hard. You keep this up, your whole school year gonna be hard. Because guess what? At the end of the day, a lot of these kids don't care, man. You talk that crazy talk if you want to, and they gonna buck. They gonna buck, man. And it's sad, but it is. It's the truth. And you gotta know that, man. You gotta know that, man. So, hey, I love y'all, man. Thank y'all. Hey, listen, we went through one solid week. Monday through Friday, y'all came in. Listen, I'm telling y'all, man, I just need y'all to stay on this journey with me, man. So we gonna show the world. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what you've been through. It doesn't matter the color of your skin, what neighborhood you grew up in, your last name. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is What do you believe? That's it. That's the only thing that matters. What do you believe, man? What do you believe about everything that God has placed inside of you? And do you believe that you have greatness inside of you that you can go and one day change the world with? And if you believe it, you can do it. But if you don't believe it, it'll never happen. It all starts in your mind first. It all starts in your mind, and then everything starts coming out into fruition in your life. But it always starts in your mind. So believe that, man. I'm going to pray for y'all and then we out of here. Lord, thank you for another day that you've given us. I just pray for strength. I pray for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And I just pray that you continue to guide and lead us in the way that you may have us go. We know that you can do all things. The only thing that you cannot do is fail, God. So we're saying thank you right now on this rainy, wet Friday morning. And we just continue to pray for wisdom, understanding, peace, guidance, and just prosperity, God, because it's hard out here for a lot of people. And we praying for abundance of blessings to just come on in, God, because the Bible says you are blessed to be a blessing and to give, and it'll be given back, pressed down, shaken together. And we can't be a blessing if we're not blessed, God. So I'm saying thank you right now. In the mighty name of Jesus, we pray. Amen, amen, and amen. Hey, I love y'all, man. For real. Hey, I love y'all. Square business, man. Y'all get up and y'all show up with me every morning, man. Listen, I'm going to start doing some tallies of the people that get on with me every morning. I'm telling you, whenever I go, we going. We going. I'm going to say, now, this is my faithful crew. This the ones that roll with me from the bottom. We started from the bottom, now we here, huh? We started from the bottom, now we here. Hey, man, listen. You can do anything you put your mind to it, man. You just got to believe it, man. Watch. I'm going to show y'all, man. Y'all know where I come from, and I'm going to show y'all because of what I believed in my mind. I'm going to be rubbing shoulders with some of the top people in the world, and I'm going to look at them, and I'm going to tell them, listen, man, I come from nothing. But I believed in my heart that I could do it, and I'm going to go get it and come back with it. Ain't nothing. Listen, the only thing that could stop me is if God took the breath out of my lungs. That's it, man. That's the only thing that can stop me. Ain't no man, ain't no situation, ain't no woman, ain't nothing, none of that finna stop me from getting to where I know God is calling me to be, man. I'm the only one can stop me, man. I love y'all, man. Y'all be blessed.